Hi, everybody. So Halloween's coming up, so I brought you a little present.
You like Halloween?
Yeah, I love Halloween, and I kind of call these a party in a package, if I can open it up. These are sort of, anytime you need a little costume really quickly.
I know these. These are great. It's so nasty.
They're Billy Bob's teeth, and I don't leave home without them. I brought them to my my 20th college reunion just to show people how I've changed. And they were a big hit, so.
Well, it's great to have you here.
Thank you. You got to try to look sexy with those teeth in, Ellen. That's sort of the whole trick.
Okay.
We're easily amused, aren't we?
It has been a long time since you've been here.
I know. I've missed you.
What's
I haven't seen you in a
happened?
long time. I saw you at Stand Up to Cancer.
Yes.
You were so nice to participate in that.
Yes.
And I've been busy working away. And it's weird because I feel like my universes are colliding with Gabby. And with Kate Goslin. I met her for the first time last night at this women's conference that Maria Shriver is having. And Gabby, I interviewed yesterday, so here we are. I think they think I'm stalking them.
Yeah. And you saw that movie Precious as well?
Oh, it is so devastating, as you said,
Yeah.
and very, very difficult to watch. But I think we need to watch things that are difficult to watch because it's so powerful. It's one of those movies that you can't stop thinking about after you leave.
And it explains, I think, sometimes we judge people and we have no idea what their home life is like. We have no idea why they are the way they are. And I think it's important to see, for that reason, to say, let's give people a chance.
And stop the cycle.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
All
anyhow.
right, anyway. And plus, I want this fly to get away from you here.
I thought this was a fun show,
It
Ellen.
is. You're bringing it down, Katie.
I'm sorry. I know, I feel like, wah,
Yeah, this was all light until you came out here.
Sorry. You all were dancing and having fun.
So let's talk about your daughters and what they're doing now, and how old are they?
Well, Ellie is 18, and she's in college. Can you believe it?
No.
Oh,
I
my
met them
gosh.
at the Santa Monica Pier. They
Yeah,
were,
long time ago. So they're great. Ellie's actually, that's not Ellie. Well, Ellie's on the left. Ellie's friend Allie is on the right of me. And Ellie's up at Yale and really thriving and loving it. And she called me today and she got 2 good grades already. So she was so excited because it's pretty intimidating being with all those brainiacs up there.
Yes. Well, I would assume she's one also. She's there. Like, being with all those brainiacs, she's a brainiac.
Yeah.
And what does she want to do?
She doesn't know yet. I think she's really interested in the humanities. She doesn't want to go into journalism. So I'm like, okay. And she loves history, and she's really interested in Latin. I'm like, what are you going to do with that, sister?
Right.
But so she's just having a great time, and Carrie's 13 now, and boy, that's fun, isn't it? Does anyone have a 13-year-old daughter? Somebody once told me the most unhappy people in the world are the mothers of 13-year-old girls.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think that might be right. I mean, she's great, but
doesn't sound like it, and it sounds like she's horrible. It's like...
I've nicknamed her Damien, but no, I spent a lot of time in the Barnes & Noble parenting section buying books like How to Hug a Porcupine and Get Out of My Life, Mom, but first can you take me and Cheryl to the mall? Those kinds of books, but she's actually doing really well. She's really focused on her schoolwork. She started an International Issues Club in her middle school where they're raising money for Save Darfur, for Room to Read, which establishes libraries in developing countries, and they've adopted a school for girls in Kenya. So she's very socially conscious.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and we're tutoring, we each have a young girl we tutor every Saturday in Harlem. At a wonderful school called the Harlem Village Academy. And, you know, once in a while on Thursdays, I'm like, Carrie, you know, maybe we don't have to tutor this Saturday. She's like, Mom, we made a commitment.
Wow.
And we have to follow through. I'm like,
good for her. Good for her.
But it's really great that she does that, right?
Now, I heard that you have pranked, is it both of them or just what's her name is Carrie?
Carrie is my youngest and Ellie's my oldest.
And who have you pranked?
I prank everybody pretty regularly.
But who did you?
On April Fools. Well, don't you love April Fool's jokes?
Sometimes. It depends. What are you going to say?
Well, Ellie can't see very well without her contacts in the morning, so I put cayenne pepper in her Raisin Bran. No, she was fine. Don't worry. I know. They're like, Department of Health and Human Services staff. No, she was totally fine. She discovered it about after the 10th or 11th bite. I'm like, hey, Ellie, stop eating that. And then her friend Hillary was with us. So I put Alfredo sauce in her conditioner bottle. And she came out of the shower and we're like, Hillary, your hair's so shiny. She's like, I know, and you should smell it. It smells so good. Yeah. They thought it was funny. They really did. God. Or at least they pretended like they thought it was funny. They wanted me to leave them alone. But then recently I did a very funny April Fool's joke to my assistant, Lauren, who's the cutest thing in the world. And I'd been to the doctor about 3 days earlier to have some blood tests for, I don't even remember why, but I called the receptionist at my doctor's office and I said, it's April Fool's. Can you call Lauren and tell her blah, blah, blah? So she calls Lauren and says, hey, this is Cheryl from Dr. Corio's office. I really need to talk to Katie right away. It's urgent. We got her blood test results back. And Lauren's like, "What? Don't tell me." And she said, and she's pregnant. And Lauren's like starting to break out in a cold sweat. She gets all blotchy when she gets nervous. So she comes back into my dressing room and closes the door. She makes everyone leave. And she says, you've got to get this call. It's very, very important. It's private. So I pick up the phone, and she said, I'm going to leave because I think this is very personal. I get on the phone, I go, psych! And Lauren said, priests and doctors are not supposed to lie about things. Yeah. But it was really funny.
I'm with Lauren. You're doing so many different things.
I have to say, I'm working really hard, but obviously I love it. I'm doing, obviously, the evening news every night. I'm working on a number of 60 Minutes pieces. I just did one on epilepsy that ran on Sunday. That so many people don't realize what a devastating and widespread disease this is. And then I'm doing a web show where I get to do longer form interviews because I love talking to people, as you know, Ellen, and I kind of miss that. So I do half-hour, 40-minute interviews. This week we have Sapphire, who wrote the book Push that Precious is based on.
Right.
And I interviewed Tina Brown and Barry Diller. Hugh Jackman I interviewed. Glenn Beck, who's very controversial. So it just gives me an opportunity to have more extended conversations. And then I'm doing a monthly column starting in December for Glamour magazine. I interviewed Michelle Obama, and I'm going to be interviewing you for that column because I want young women who read Glamour to see very accomplished women who are setting great examples, I think. I think sometimes the culture celebrates people for the wrong reasons.
I agree.
And I want them to see accomplished women so they can learn from them and aspire to be like them.
So
and
I'm
you're
one of them. I'm one that would actually be the inspiring person.
That's correct.
Yes, well, that's very good to know.
No, well, you are.
Yeah.
And
I'm sorry.
I'm going to attack that thing. You want me to take him down?
I thought you might.
I'll go take him down.
Oh, good.
What did that guy say? I'm in danger.
Yeah. That was him. He's back in there.
Yeah.
We didn't warn the audience this time, and I heard them start to
You were doing such weird stuff. You were like, and I'm one of those inspiring women. I was like, what happened to Ellen? Did someone take over your body or something?
I was trying to stall. I was trying to have things to say. I know. I was like, what am I doing?